Well, it is that time of year again, and if you haven't seen them yet, it's just because they haven't shown up in your area where you live or where you drive. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, stick around. It's termites. That time of year that termites come out is quickly approaching us. I'm here with Matthew Mestayer of Reeves And Mestayer. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Chet.
So, I mean, it's the grossest time of year. I don't even mind love bugs anymore. Like, I can deal with love bugs, but the termites are just, they're gross.
Oh, well, and it's about to be, right, there's about to be swarm season, as you know, and when they start swarming around the lights at your house, and, you know, at my house, it makes everyone uncomfortable. You know, I've had a personal termite claim, so I've been through that process, so it's unpleasant, and my wife certainly doesn't want to go through it again, I promise you. So, you know, we know. So when we see them kind of swarming around the lights, everybody gets nervous, as well they should be.
Yeah, I remember, you don't realize until it's too late. Like, I had the sunroof open and I came up to a stoplight and something fell onto me. And that's when I noticed around all the lights, I was like, close the sunroof as quickly as possible.
Oh, for sure.
They're just nasty. So
yeah.
How does someone know when maybe they have termites or there maybe is an issue?
Well, listen, when in doubt, listen, we do a lot of termite work, do a lot of termite litigation. We settle a lot of termite claims, plea litigation, but there are kind of some tips I want to kind of get out to folks. Number one is, if you think you've got termites, video what you've got, because it becomes an issue in litigation about really what you saw and what you have. Still photos are nice, but video is even better. Everyone has an iPhone just about, so make sure with your iPhone, take video, pictures, video, you know, a video of the live termites when you're dealing with your termite company. That's the first thing you need to do.
And so what are they looking for? Aside from just like termites swarming around, are there signs like in the house, outside of the house they should be looking for? How would someone know that it's like that doesn't look normal? Is it just dirt? Is it mound?
Well, true. I mean, when in doubt, I mean, you know, I wouldn't ask people to be termite experts, and they're not expected to be, of course. So when in doubt, take a video and tell your termite company and have them come out and they will tell you. But the simple fact is, if they say you don't have a claim, if they deny their claim, you need to call a lawyer, because we have shown a lot of times that is in fact not accurate, that is not true. You do have a good case, you do have a good claim, and they're responsible for the damage. So when you see something you think is termites, video it, take a phone call, you know, video it, take a video or just a still photo of it from your iPhone, and call your termite company. Have them come out and take a look. That's their job, and they're supposed to, and then see where it goes from there.
That sounds like some solid do's and don'ts. So definitely get video. That's
right.
The key. Get
right.
video. Video is king, right? Don'ts are don't take that first pass, right? Are there any other, like if they say we can't claim it, don't take that as the final answer.
Right. Call a lawyer. Absolutely. I mean, they told that to me. They told that to my wife. I mean, I woke up one morning, went to the kitchen. There was a mound of sawdust in the kitchen. I was like, uh-oh. I took a picture of it. I didn't see any live termites. My wife called the termite company. They came out. They talked to her, and they said, no, we're not going to, no, it's not termites, no, we're not going to help you. They were completely wrong, and we ended up resolving that case. But I can tell you, don't take no for an answer. Absolutely don't do it. There's a lot of misinformation you're getting from the termite companies about this, that, and the other, and what we're seeing is that they're not treating it in a lot of cases correctly, and then that makes them responsible for the termite damage.
Any other do's or don'ts that we're missing on that? This is some good information.
Yeah, first is, right, video is first. Second, call the termite company as quick as you can, have them to come out there. And then third is call an attorney. If they say we're not going to help you, or if you have questions, or if you just don't like what they're hearing, call a lawyer. And I tell you, almost all lawyers, I know we talk to people all the time, and we don't charge you unless we take the case and recover for you. So we end up giving a lot of free advice. We'll even come out to your house. We have our own team of experts. We have entomologists. We have contractors. We do our own investigation. So if you get us involved, and we do all that free of charge unless we recover for you.
Right, and listen, if you're not from here, take this as really as the gospel, right? If you're from here, you know. It isn't usually the case, unfortunately, how it works here in South Mississippi. It's not if you're going to have a termite problem, it's when.
It is, and what we're saying is that if this happens to you, and if you have a termite contract or you had a termite contract, you're probably going to be okay, but just don't take no for an answer. Don't rely on the termite companies to give you, quite frankly, accurate or always correct information. Check it, verify, and we're the company, we're the folks you want to do that with.
Well, and you know, I just sold my house, so I'm not involved in that piece of it anymore. But
right.
There's kind of a change happening right now with the way these companies are writing their contracts.
For sure, right. There are really two types of termite contracts. There's something called a repair guarantee contract, and they basically say essentially that if you have termite damage, we're going to repair your house regardless of cost. Those are becoming more difficult to find, and they're more expensive, obviously. The second type of contract is a service contract, and they says we're going to service your house and we're going to treat for termites, but oh, if you have damage, that's upon you. So those are the two general types of contracts. But what we're seeing is if they treat the house improperly or incorrectly, then they're still responsible for the damage, regardless of the type of contract. So that's what we're seeing. So
that was my next question. If you're on a service contract and they're coming out to service it, for example, I had the Centricon bait system.
Yeah.
So if they're servicing the house, there was a treatment when I first bought the house, it drilled into the concrete, the whole
Sure.
9 yards.
Yeah.
They did that initial treatment. I had the bait system put in. If they're not treating it correctly, that's how you can get them on making the repairs. How would they go about not treating it correctly?
Well, it's a highly regulated industry. There are very specific rules, usually on the product that they use, on what they have to do, how far the bait stations have to be apart, how far the drill marks in the concrete. It's a common request. It sounds like they did it you're right with yours generally, but how many people have the termite company drill into their contract, which they're in their concrete? That's what they're required to do. You've got to create a full barrier around the house, and to do that, you can't leave the driveway. You can't say, well, no, you've got to actually drill into the driveway, and there are rules about that. So there are a lot of rules, there are a lot of specifics about the do's and don'ts on the product and what they have to do, and that we will check and make sure they've done it right. If they've done it right, so be it. But if they haven't, well, then they're responsible.
Is that a question that you get when people are beginning to get into these conversations about the contracts? Do you get involved in it on the front end, or you are on the proactive, I guess, end of it, or are you more of a reactionary piece?
We're happy to get involved in any piece, really, front end or back end. But honestly, what we're finding is a lot of misinformation about the termite contracts, because honestly, if you're up on termites, you're really in the minority. Most people get a termite contract, they've had it for a number of years, they pay it every year, and they're not overly familiar with the terms and issues. Is it a repair guarantee? If it's a service? More likely than not, when folks come to us, they're really not sure what they have. And so we'll kind of explain what they have, go through what they have, and then we take a look and make sure everybody's done what they're supposed to have done.
Yeah, it's because that home is usually the largest investment that you make.
Absolutely.
And you want to make sure that you're protecting it. And just a little bit of termite damage can cause problems in a lot of spaces in your home.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, you've got to disclose it when you sell your house, and I promise you, that's going to reduce the value of the house. And, everyone is nervous about it, and they should be. And listen, we're not holding people responsible that shouldn't be held responsible. It's their job. It's what they're paid to do. And if they do it right, so be it. But if they don't do it right, just like everything else, they should be held accountable and responsible for what they do.
That's right. You heard that there. It's that time of year. Termites are out. They're going to be out. They're going to be around. So definitely make sure you're protected. And if you have any questions, give them a call. Reeves and Mestayer. Thanks for joining me, Matthew.
Thank you, Chad.